Alrighty, now we should be in here ready to go. So let me get a couple people added in here. Now we should be in here ready to go. So bear with me, folks. Let me get a couple people added in here. Now we should be in here ready to go. Alrighty. So okay. Let me get my other counterparts invited in here, and we will get kicked off and ready to go, people. So I want to welcome everybody that's here so far. Stay with us, please. Stay with us. And we are going to get a couple more people. We're going to definitely get everybody introduced to Cassandra, so Cassandra can be on here. And so y'all can see the brains behind this. So just please bear with us. And as you see, I've got the website loaded up. And let's go here. Let's see if we can get Cassandra on here. We're also going to introduce to you a special guest today. All right. So we're doing a live update. So we want to let everybody know what's going on, what we got happening, what we're doing, and all the great things that are happening in the world of Crayons Ready to Eat. So bear with us. And so we get everybody in here. So as everybody can see, I've got the website up here. I encourage you, if you're on the live right now, take a moment, jump over to our website and get on our email list. You have to get on our email list because you want to be the first ones to know when we are able to ship our crayons. You definitely want to be the first ones to know once we're able to ship our crayons. So just get on that email list. I encourage everybody to get on there and work with us and wait. And y'all have been waiting patiently for a long time, and we've got some updated information for you. So that's what we're here to share with you. And we're going to get everybody on board, let everybody know what's going on, and make things happen. So I hope everybody's having a great day. And everybody is, it's going to be a great start to, everything you got going on and everything. So let me get everybody else invited in here and get everybody ready to rock and roll. So what we want to encourage everybody to do is type in the chat, tell us where you're from, we want to know where everybody is from. We want to find out all over the world, over the country, where people are from. We want everybody to just be a part of the Crayon Eater family. And like we say, our mantra or our slogan is we want to make everybody a Crayon Eater, one CRE at a time. So here we go. I think we've got one more coming in. Bear with us. And here we go. See if we can get them in here. So thank you, everybody, for bearing with us. I appreciate it, for being in and getting on board with us. So, all right. So one of the first things that I want everybody to know is it's been a long time coming. We have actually been through the stages of the crowdfund or the cottage food permit where we've made them out of our home and going through here locally to only be able to sell our crayons locally. And it's been one of our greatest things and opportunities to be able to not only, it's not every day you get to bring a joke to reality. So what we're doing here is we're letting you know where we're at, what's going on, what's happening, and how we're doing this. So first off, I'm going to bring in the newest addition to the Crayon Eater family. She is like a phenomenal individual. She's done many great things in the Milspouse veteran community. And she is now part of the Crayon Eater team. She is our Director of Marketing and Research. So we have Flossie Hall here with us. Like I said, she's the newest member addition to the team, and we are glad to have her here. And she's here with us. We're going to go over the updates where we're at, what we've got going on. Can you hear me, Fossey?
I can. Can you hear me, Frank?
Yes, I can. There we go. We're waiting for Cassandra and Ryan to jump on board. They're getting logged in as well. Had some technical issues getting in here. Couldn't get it streamed to the LinkedIn or anything, so it wouldn't let me make it happen. And here we go. We have Ryan and Cassandra. So we're going to bring them in. So y'all are going to get to see Cassandra. Most of you haven't got to see her here on the social media. Saw a few pictures and stuff. So here you go. Where's Cassandra at, Ryan?
Uh-oh, here's the camera.
There's Cassandra. There is the brains behind Crayons Ready-to-Eat. If it wasn't for her, this idea would have never been brought to reality. So want to just hats off to her for making the chocolate actually right. So
thank you.
And we also have her husband, Ryan, here. Ryan is our director of administration. He's basically our admin guy, handle a lot of the paperwork and aspect and everything else. So I'm going to throw this out to you, Cassandra. I want you to actually finally introduce yourself to our family, our friends and family, our community, our family of crayon eaters. So you have the stage.
Oh my. Okay. Well, well, hi, my name is Cassandra. I've known Frank for so many years now. Anyway, he met me just after I finished working at the movie theater, and doing a lot of food production. Um, uh, okay, this is weird talking about myself, not gonna lie. I went to Grossmont College for pastry and culinary programs. I did recently stop with that, but yeah, I wasn't prepared for this.
You got it.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
So what brought you into the pastry industry? What brought you into making the art crayons actually right?
Oh man. Well, Frank, you gave me the idea. You ran the idea across me when we used to work together. Are you moving? Okay. Okay, this is a little bit better. Okay, so Frank and I used to work at O'Reilly Auto Parts a long time ago, way back when. And Frank was the reason why I think this almost whole idea came about, because I don't think I would have even thought about making a crayon, even edible and writable. But where do I start from the beginning on this one? I think I became interested in making pastry and all that fun stuff way back when I was younger. I used to cook with my grandma all the time and my mom, and found a lot of joy in that. I did. I don't know. It got so easy for me. I just never really found it to be. Well, it is challenging, but I did think that it was really fun. It was enjoyable. It was more comforting. And so that's actually the reason why I went into the Grossmont Culinary Program and Pastry Program. And then that kind of, I did do a few classes like sugar sculpting and making chocolates and making bread, but for sure the sugar and the chocolate making was the best. That was a lot of fun. But unfortunately, I did work at kind of a fast food chain, and that kind of, not gonna lie, it kind of killed my little dream there of wanting to be a pastry chef. But I still kept it going on the side just for friends and family, just for fun. And that's when I started working for O'Reilly's, and I brought in those almost like Reese's chocolate truffles. And that's when Frank came up with that really cool idea on making writable edible crayons. But
So I'm curious, Cassandra, just so everybody else knows, because I want to hear the whole story. Did he just like eat your chocolate and then all of a sudden was like, I'm this crazy marine crayon eater. Will you make me a crayon that I can eat? Like, where did the story come up? I want to hear like the conversation where he's like, or was he already eating actual crayons? No, how did the story come up?
so actually, I brought in the chocolate because a previous store owner was moving out of state, and so I wanted to give him like a little bit of a goodbye gift and a little welcome gift for Frank. No, Frank fell in love with my little Reese's chocolate truffle idea, but Frank came up with the idea of crayons because he was coming up with a project that he was doing, and he was chewing on the crayon, and I guess the idea just came across his head and was like, oh, what if we can actually make one that we can eat? And that's when he called me up and he was like, hey, can you do this? And I had no idea if I could, but I was like, sure, I'll try. But it's actually kind of funny. If we still have the video, actually, I had took a regular crayon and made a mold of it. I actually went to Michael's and bought like this, you can form it to anything. And so I made it form over a regular crayon. And so I was just testing out colors and see if I can even hold it or write with it. And pretty much like my first one, it fell apart. It broke, but it still wrote, but the color was so light. So
how did you figure out to come up with like a triangular fat crayon? Because I'm curious, because when we were talking about crayons in the beginning, Frank was like, we have these fat hands and we're like Marines and we need these something that like the second we hold it, it doesn't like, he goes, we just kind of need to like scribble with it. So like, how did you come up with the idea for like the fat triangular crayon?
Okay, so I that one I kind of thought up with because as Marines, we have a tendency to lose our food if it's not in one stationary place. And crayons are round, so they roll off the table. And I got to thinking, what if we made them like different? I wanted to make them look different than an actual crayon. So the triangle shape, started researching, found a triangle mold. They're flat, they don't roll off the table, so we don't lose our food. We can still play with our food and eat it. And it also gave us more chocolate because one thing Cassandra found with is that the round ones actually broke really, really quickly and they melted faster. And it just made it simpler for staff NCOs and NCOs to tell the lower ranking Marines and other units and military branches, and as well as for parents to tell kids, our triangle shaped ones are chocolate. They're okay to eat. The round ones, not so good to eat. So that one was where I was kind of me on that one. And she just loved it and rode with it.
Well, I also do like that triangle idea just because when I was little, I had a hard time holding a pencil, and we always had those grips that were triangular shaped so you can help grip it. So any little kid that has a hard time holding them can still hold it.
I love it. I think it's awesome. When I first saw it, that was like one of my first questions that I had was like, why is it that, because I have kids. So I was like, it's the ones that you give the toddlers that can't actually like hold the crayon yet. So I was like, why are you giving like these big giant crayons out? And then I was like, oh, it's because everybody has man hands, right? Like, so then they don't snap the crayons anymore. And I remember the first time that you guys came up to me, you're like, you got to try these crayons. And I was like, what's going on? Like, what? And then you're like, they're edible crayons. And I was like, okay, I'm going to write. And then we still have the video, and I would color on the paper, and then I took a bite, and then I was like, just kept coloring. And I was like, oh my God, it's delicious. Like it's incredible. It was so good. I was like, this is the most delicious. It's not just like, oh, it's a chocolate crayon. It's really good. It's actually delicious crayon. So, how did you come up with the recipe? Like, and how many times did it take you to get it right? I'm just curious. Like, I love the food portion of it. Did you have to screw it up like 90 times until you figured it out?
Well, on the first crayon, the round one, that was kind of actually my first try. I think it took us quite a few tries to try to figure out the color. It was not even the flavor or the way it held. It was literally the coloring part. We were having a hard time trying to get it to actually show up on paper. So actually that was the most challenging part. That and we were trying to figure out what temperature to put it at too. Because I think our crayons I think they melted a little bit in the beginning because water got to them, and we figured out real quick not to put it with water or refrigerate it and then take it out. But yeah, I think that was the most challenging part. But it was pretty cool when we went to Clever Talks and we had those blue crayons and it stained everybody's fingers.
Yes, it did.
That was before we got the blue to be perfect. But that was pretty cool. That was, I think we probably shouldn't have changed that because that would have been hilarious. But hey, we did.
Trial and error of entrepreneurship, though, right? You guys go to this big conference with like David Hasselhoff and all these huge like influencers, and you're like, hey, try these chocolate crayons, and then it dies everybody blue.
And the greatest part about it is we didn't have any packaging at that time. We had the crayons wrapped in wax paper, just in a lunch
You
cooler.
were they in a baggie, right? Did
Yeah,
you
I had
pull
it
them out of a baggie?
I had them in a Ziploc bag.
In a lunch bag.
Yeah, and had them in a cold lunch pail with ice packs around it, keeping them cold. And yeah,
hey, MVP, minimum viable product, right? Like, let's just make sure that people like this. We have an audience. We have veterans. Eat these crayons right now, and let's get it on video.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. That's where a lot of our first content came from. Was a lot of the
And that
people
was
at Clever Talks.
2018, right? 2018.
Yeah.
This has been such a long journey for you guys. I'm seriously so proud to have known you and like been there from the beginning and just be a part of all of this. And it's still we're just getting started, and you're just getting started, but you guys have done so much. It's been a long journey, and then COVID affected small businesses in a long way. So how did COVID affect you guys last year? So for those of you that might not know your journey.
Well, it really hit us hard because we had no clue. I personally wasn't paying attention to the media. I don't try to watch the news, so I wasn't knowing what's going on. But I noticed a decline in my other business, my woodworking, that people weren't spending a lot of money and they weren't doing things. And I was like, all right, here we go. And then a lot of we didn't tap into the farmers markets like we should have. That was one of the biggest mistakes we did. We didn't tap into those farmers markets. And it was the cold season. Most networking events weren't happening anymore because it was colder out here, and people in California, when it hits 60 degrees, they're wearing a sweatshirt, so it's like, all right. But it really wasn't until February I really seen the impact, because I started going back to work full time, or trying to find a part-time job to make ends meet and pay the bills. And then all of a sudden I started seeing the news media of COVID and this thing that was hitting. And then March hit us, and literally we got a notice from the county that was like, we had to stop all production. They were trying to figure out the policies, where we were, what we were allowed to do, not allowed to do. And all of 2020, we were basically dormant. We hardly posted on social media any, because every time we would post, we would have people asking, when can you ship? When are you going to be able to ship? We would love to be able to get them. And at that time, we only had the printable, downloadable color sheets and our T-shirts available. And it was a real major impact for 2020 for us. And then all of a sudden, November comes around, and we get the notice that we're able to start operation again. Well, I had moved from my house to the house that I'm in currently, so the cottage food permit had to get refiled. So I refiled for the cottage food permit, and I'm reading through this, and I'm looking through all the regulations, and here to find out, this whole time we could have been actually in operation, because our product was wrapped in packaging. We were individually wrapped. We were less than 10 people of employment. And it was like, it was really a major, oh my God, this whole time we could have been doing something. But we didn't let it stop us, because it was, now we had an opportunity to learn. And the county was still dragging their feet on be able to get us the cottage food permit. So that's whenever I came across Clubhouse and really kind of started diving into some more networking because we didn't have the networking. Clubhouse gave us the opportunity to network and get into the space that we knew in that veteran community. And then I started letting Cassandra know, I'm like, look, we're getting back at it. We're getting some more traction. I'm able to network with people, learn the things that we need, that we don't, we're not sure of. We're still learning the business. Started getting into some CPG rooms, which is consumer packaged goods, and learning what it would be to take the and get a co-packer. And that's when it was like, Cassandra, do we really want to take this back to the kitchen and start making it and producing it and risky not be able to ship it or driving down the way, spending money in gas, an hourly fee for a kitchen, and raising up our margins and having to risk raising up the price of the product and stuff like that. And that's where we're like, we need to get into the co-packing facility. And we just got connected with so many people before this through the veteran community. And then now being with Clubhouse, getting into the veteran community has given us the opportunity. And you've been there through the journey. And I never even thought of saying, hey, Flossie, would you be able to help us out here? Because you've got so many things going on. You've got so much happening. And you heard in the room that everybody's saying, hey, you got to do this. You got to try this. You got to try that. And it's like, oh my, I'm like trying to figure it out. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll figure it out. A research and you to come on board was just a major blessing in disguise to help us learn to chip at things one step at a time and not try to go at everything all at once. And we thank you and welcome you to the Crayon Eater family.
Well, I love you guys, and I've been here since the beginning, and I was hearing all the advice pouring in, and I'm like, the advice was phenomenal, but when you have advice coming in from a higher post, and sometimes at the end of the day, you just need somebody to like give you the plan and then help you implement the plan, right? And you guys are doing incredible things. And so just to let the whole audience know, we're super excited because there's this great Fund the First fundraising campaign going on. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm Flossie Hall. I didn't get to introduce myself, but I am a serial entrepreneur. I did own a food company. My first company was a 7-figure meal prepping company. So I have experience in the food industry. I have experience scaling food products. I've also been a chief marketing officer. So I'm coming in to help support this amazing product. And I believe in it. I've been around for a while, and we're basically saying like, this is a relaunch of this amazing product, right? We are going to find a great, we're working on the co-packer right now, and we're launching this crowdfunding campaign. And guess what? Wednesday is National Crayon Day, which I didn't know was the thing until Frank was like, Wednesday is National Crayon Day. So we have this Fund the First campaign, which Frank, I'll let you explain what it is, but we have a big goal that we want to reach by Wednesday to try to get us to our next milestone. So Frank, do you want to tell us about the Fund the First campaign and how this works and how people can support getting these crayons to market so we can get these in people's hands and they can start eating all the crayons that they want? You're muted, Frank.
Yeah, it was amazing how we came across Fund the First. It was through Clubhouse, and it was on the exact same day that I got to notice that our company, we took it to LLC. We actually made an official business and got to notice on February 10th. February 10th, I met Robert Garland on Clubhouse. Fund the First is a first responder, military, dependent, milspouse crowdfunding platform that uses verifies your service and everything through ID Me. And within 6 hours of that day, we were able to get our crowdfunding launched. And the best thing about it is like other traditional crowdfundings, we were not limited to get your funds or not get your funds. If you don't make your goal, you don't get it. So what everybody is able to do here is when you start donating and you go to our crowdfunding page, which you can find on our Facebook page, it's in our social medias and the link in our bio. Right now, we are already at $7,000. And we would love to be able to get to that 10,000 mark by Wednesday, which is National Crayon Day, the great day that, every crayon eater loves and enjoys. Just to go there, donate whatever you can. And like I said, the difference with this one is that you are guaranteed you are going to be able to get your crayons, because the funds are available to us every 30 days that we can start putting back into our business, and we can start getting to that stage to where we can ship our products to you. And one of the great things, and we're going to cover this later on, we're going to announce a giveaway, how we're going to do that giveaway. So stay tuned. There is going to be a giveaway that we're going to announce and talk about. Just bear with us, and please go to the crowdfunding, share it. If you can donate. There are 3 different tiers. We have our private crayon eater, PFC crayon eater, and our Lance Corporal crayon eater. And just help us any way you can, share it, and get us all, help us out in any way that you can. So thank you.
Have three days to reach $3,000. And I think if we leverage this amazing community, I think that we can hit that goal, no problem. And with this next goal, that we can dive in and we can get this co-packer secured. We can get some of the things that we need to get to the next level and start shipping these crayons. And we're so excited because we have so many great things planned. So Frank, I know that you explained the program. So what's going to happen on National Crayon Day? What are these big giveaways that we're going to plan? And we're going to do some of these lives every day, right?
Yeah. For the next few days, we're going to do some lives. So
Sandra's so happy. She's super excited.
I know.
So on National Crayon Day, what we're going to do is we're going to make a post in the morning. On that post, we are going to ask you to tag 2 people and to comment any way, shape, or form. Then we're going to go through and we're going to pick 1 lucky winner, and you're going to get our official swag. You're going to get a t-shirt in your size. You're going to get a leather patch of our Lance Corporal Crunch. It's a hook and loop patch. We are going to also make you a customized, with your name, your family name, printable coloring sheet. Okay? So that is the first giveaway that we are going to do. Now, the big giveaway that is going to happen once we can ship, and yes, we are playing off of Willy Wonka, because just put it this way, we are the Willy Wonkas of the military right now. We've created a joke to reality. So those that actually donate to our crowdfunding page and pick a tier, in 1 pouch, 1 lucky winner is going to find a golden ticket. In that golden ticket, you are going to be able to turn around and message us, post it on social media, and you're going to be able to claim a prize box of a bunch of swag of Crayons Ready-to-Eat. And we're going to have a bunch of other veteran-owned business product in there that you will be able to have and win. 1 lucky winner is going to get that golden ticket when we are able to ship our product.
Because I got the golden ticket. I feel like I want to sing the Willy Wonka song. Because I got a golden ticket.
Exactly.
To that particular part. Just saying.
Exactly.
Super excited.
Yeah. So I'm going through here, putting people's comments up. We've got Elliot. Elliot is a phenomenal singer, Marine. So if you don't know who Elliot is, definitely go check him out. We got David Moore up here. Good friend of mine, saying, hey, go Frank. And, I know we don't have a lot of viewers on here, but we're asking to share this, get on our Facebook, our Instagram, our YouTube. Like I said, you can find us on pretty much any social media platform, at Crayons Ready-to-Eat, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Twitter is crayons_R_E. But just know that you are supporting, a small business. And every time you donate to that crowdfunding, or you go to our website and you purchase a product, we are over here just dancing on high heaven, loving the fact that you are supporting us through this journey and being able to help us meet our goal of bringing this product to the world. And to you as, people that have and understand the military, chocolate lovers alike, putting smiles on people's faces, and we can't thank you enough for this. So, yeah.
So go to the link, donate to the page, share the page. It costs nothing to share. So even if you can't donate, please share it. Please like it. Please comment on it. Share with your friends, share with your family, or just buy some crayons in advance. That would be amazing. And then in a month or two or a few months when we ship this summer or this spring, you will get a great package in the mail. It's like when I order Amazon every day and stuff just shows up at my house and I'm like, ooh, what's this? It's a surprise, right? So instead, you're supporting a veteran-owned business, and then in a few months, you'll get a great package, and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot I ordered this awesome product." So make sure you go support this business, and we will keep checking in to remind you guys to donate, and support us because this is going to be an incredible business, and you don't want to miss out on being on one of the first people to make it happen, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, and one of the
Puppy
greatest
face,
things is,
puppy dog face.
yeah, please come on. You know, we want to get you your crayons, you know, and we want to see you eat them. So put joy on our face by allowing us to see you eat your crayons once you get them, and that Christmas moment whenever you get that package.
Can all the crayon eaters of the world unite?
Exactly. And yes, exactly. That is a great thing. I've used that hashtag many times. If you do buy a product of ours, tag us on social media and use the hashtag Crayon Eaters Unite. That is one of the ways that we can find you, you know, and anything. If you do a video and you got something we want to see, use that hashtag Crayon Eaters Unite. And we look forward to seeing you everywhere on social media. And you never know, one day we might be in your place having an event, giving in and handing out our delicious CREs to you.
All right,
So,
good to see.
so with that, everybody, I want to say thank you. We look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Please, if you can't donate, share the link. Go to our website, sign up for our email list, be the first to get notified. Click on the link to the crowdfunding that you see here. Share the link. Get it out there to everybody as humanly possible. We're so thankful for you following us on this journey and look forward to seeing you soon.
We are very excited to share those crayons. I know I can speak for Frank and Flossie on this, but we really do want to make everyone a crayon eater, one crayon at a time.
Exactly. So we'll catch you back here again. Now that we've got the technical difficulties figured out, we'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Can you hear me?